what's going on, guys? T Torres back here for another video. So in today's video, we're going to be working on the Duke. Our friends over at Powertronics sent us over their FuelX ECU, and it's supposed to help out a lot when it comes to the bike. I've noticed from doing the exhaust pieces and just normal everyday riding. Sorry for the frogs croaking in the back. Of course, as soon as I hit record, they started freaking croaking. But just from riding the bike, the couple hundred miles I put on it, the bike has a really weird like jumpiness, throttleness at a lower RPM, and this is supposed to help out a lot. It allows you to add more fuel to the bike, so the bike can run not so lean. And I was scared once I did the cat. Once I deleted the cat and did like maybe an airbox mod, I was really terrified that the Duke was going to run lean, maybe crack a piston or something. So big thank you to Powertronics for sending out the FuelX. So inside the box, here you can see, show you. Here you can see it has the actual ECU itself, and then here is the fuel. It has a plus or minus on it. So obviously plus adds more fuel, minus takes it away. And this will light up green to let you know what fuel setting you're in. So there's 10 actual settings, so you turn it on and you push it plus or minus, it'll flash that many times. And the factory mode is 3, so I think once we get it installed on the bike and go for a ride, I'm going to put this on 5 and see how the bike feels. So let's get into taking some of these panels off and getting into the install. And one of the things I must mention, all the wiring harness is obviously in the back here, and this goes off of your Lambda, and then you have another one that goes from the Lambda, if I'm doing this correctly, to the actual switch. And then we're going to wire that up to the actual handlebar, and everything will be nice and neat and tucked away and under the seat. So let's get to tearing the bike down. All right, first things first, of course, gotta take the seat off. They sent me a nice little lanyard. I didn't have one currently for my key, so that was super sweet. All right, so let's take the seat off. Super simple. Okay, now that the seat is off, we are going to remove the Allen keys right there. Let me get you guys the size real quick on that. It's a 5 mil. Okay, so we're going to take this off, and then behind here is the actual ignition coil. So let me get this off, and I'll show you the ignition coil. All right, as you can see, the cover's now off, and just remember, under the left Allen key, there is going to be this actual ground wire. So where we're going to be working at is right here. But we also need to we also need to take this panel off right here. We may be able to get by without taking all that off, but just for the sake of the video, we're going to take it off. And these are, I already have it loose prior to the video. This is a 5/32 Allen key. So like I said, you have two there, you have one inside of here. Of course, it's super dark, so there's one there for 3. Then you come over here and you actually have 3 more. You have one here, one here, one here, so 3. You have a total of 6 Allen screws that you need to remove and loosen. So now let's go back towards the bike, and then just like that, the actual plastic piece is now out. Okay, and if you look right here is where your Lambda is all connected into, and then I'll show you on the actual FuelX itself. We're actually going to plug directly into that. All right, so as you can see here, they even have it labeled for you. This is the Lambda 1, okay, and then the rest of this stuff gets plugged in for the switch and the actual ECU. I believe this 4-pronged one goes to this four-pronged one here, and this goes from the ECU straight up to the actual selector to make the bike run rich or lean. So let's get to unplugging our Lambda here, and then figure out how we're going to wire and plumb everything up into the back of the seat. Okay, off camera, there is a zip tie right here that goes around the frame. I snipped that and was able to get the actual Lambda plug out, and I pulled this little tab here, super simple. You get it all the way out one-handed, and boom, now that is now disconnected. I wish you would have plugged everything right up and go. Should be just as simple as that, but of course we want to plumb it up, make it look all nice. So Let me get everything laid out how I want it, and I'll catch you guys back up. Okay, as you can see here, we're going to take the factory lambda sensor, plug it into the Fuel X. Okay, everything mates back up perfect, and then we're going to take the other one, and like I said, this only goes in one way, so don't be worried about that. And then get everything in there, give it a nice little pull. It's nice and snug. So now that part is done. That wasn't extremely hard at all. And then I'll show you where this plug comes, where it mates up to. All right, just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you. So this is the actual Fuel X box, as you can see here. And then on the other side, there's another switch that has like 6. And you'll take it and you're going to plug it in just like so. Okay. And then this switch that's left behind, or plug, is actually for the actual switch here. So now that technically everything is wired up, I'm going to go ahead and just key on and see if everything turns on like it's supposed to. I actually think the bike is supposed to be running to have full power to it, but and actually, you know what? This isn't lined up and turned on either. So I'm going to button this up with that ground and see if everything turns on. And see, we're supposed to get a green light here on this switch. We got everything wired up, so let's go ahead and push it once. It should blink 4 times, 2, 3. Let's go for it. 1, 2, 4. So that's how you know you're in the 4th map for the run rich. And see how it's lit up? So that's how we know everything's working good. Go down, 1, 2, 3. And also on the back of the module itself, it's plugged up and letting us know that we're actually getting data. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the bike off, and let's get everything wired up. Man, those frogs are getting on my nerves. Okay, so off camera, as you can see here, I zip tied these two together. Now we're going to put them back here, and then we're going to zip tie this bundle to this top part of the frame here. All right, unfortunately, the plastic piece that they provided is not big enough for the bars that I have on the bike, which are the factory bars. So it's going to have to be mounted upside down. I was only able to get 1 screw in it, and then I routed it down through this channel here and then down onto the frame here, and I was able to turn the handlebars both ways. Nothing gets bound up. And then I also zip tied the lambda sensor up on top to this frame right here. So I'm going to zip this, excuse me, and get everything wired up under here. Zip tie it the best I can, put the seat back on, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Until I can figure out a better solution, we're gonna have to rock with a switch up there. I may even take it off and put it under the seat. I don't know yet, but for today's video, we're gonna leave it hooked up here. All right, so for the purpose of the video, this is how I have everything ran now. I'm gonna button everything up. We ran out of daylight, obviously, so I'm gonna button everything back up. I got everything zip tied here, and prematurely, this is how everything's gonna live in the box for now. Once I get done test riding it, I'll zip tie all this up, make it look pretty, but I've already test fitted the seat. Everything seems to fit just fine. Supposedly there's a way you can take this little plastic piece off here and run it through this channel, but like I said, I'm getting tired and I'm gonna go ahead and button everything back up. But just so you can see how the Fuel X works, we'll have a green light come on back here in just a second. See when that comes on. Should come on here in just a second. Okay, so here it should flash 4 times because I'm going to push the plus. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that lets you know that you're in map 4. Okay, and then the box is lit up green. Okay, and then if you want to, so the factory is 3. So 1, 2, 3. So that's factory fueling. So for tomorrow, whenever we fire the bike up, it's almost 9 o'clock here at night. So I'm not going to fire the bike up, but we're going to ride in 5, being that we have the exhaust work done. And then in a future video, we still have to delete the cat. So like I said, I'm gonna button everything back up, put the plastics back on, put the seats on, and then tomorrow we'll go for a ride. And then I'll give you guys what I think. I'm just gonna go on a short little ride, see if it gets rid of that little torquey throttleness. And yeah, so wrap everything up, get some rest, and we'll get back to it in the morning. All right, it is now 9 o'clock at night. Got everything buttoned up. You can barely see right here where the wire goes into the actual ECU itself. But like I said, we're going to call it a night here. Fire it up in the morning, take it for a ride, and I'll tell you guys what I think about it. All right, here is the first startup on the Powertronics Fuel X ECU. All right, so I rode the Duke to lunch and back, and then I rode to the beach for a little bit as well. So I'd say I probably round trip maybe 10 miles. And I would tell you right off the bat, if you're on the fence about getting the Powertronics Fuel X for your Duke, whatever size Duke you may have, 390, 790, 1290, this is an absolute must. And instantly riding the bike, you know, usually like second, third gear, low RPMs, the bike would be like choppy, like just real iffy on the throttle, real torquey, real jumpy. That is completely gone. The power band seems to be way better. I'm in love with it. So like I said, stock is 3, and I rode on 5 today, and the bike definitely feels 1,000 times better than stock. I wish it would come like this from the factory. Makes me definitely want to get out there and ride some more today. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. It's like 85 something degrees. But now that I have the actual ECU, I'm going to delete the cat now, because I was really afraid of this bike running lean and us doing some damage to the piston. So I have the competition works cat delete as well, and I'm thinking at that point we are going to need a new exhaust. So I'm thinking about, comment down below and let me know what slip-on mouthwash you get. I think I may just go and actually get the full competition works slip-on as well. But anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you all learned something today on how to install the Fuel X from Powertronics. Once again, thank you from Powertronics for sending that Fuel X out to me. All right, so if you're stopping to the channel for the first time, please hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, leave this video a big thumbs up, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.